gourmet steakhouse, what do you usually get? I know what I usually get. I get myself a petite filet mignon, and I know exactly how much that petite filet mignon is costing me at the end of the night for that single 4-ounce serving. You are getting essentially the same cut of meat, filet mignon, but in the tenderloin tips. We'll explain what that means in a minute. 6 pounds worth for $87. So 4-ounce petite filet mignon, XX amount of dollars, $87 for 6 pounds worth. You can see all of it right there. We broke it into the 6 pounds because it comes wrapped individually in 6 bags, a bag that has a pound. So 6 individual servings of it like that. Greg Shockley, who's been bringing Kansas City Steak Company to QVC for many years, is joining us. How are you?
Hi, Sharon. How you doing?
Hi, good. Filet every day is what I'm talking about, because I gotta tell you, I've kind of created a monster in my daughter. She's 9. And,
she has good taste,
and
all right.
filet mignon is her favorite cut of steak. I introduced it to her early.
I don't blame her.
And I've got to find an affordable way to keep her happy.
Right, well, you know what? If you've never heard us talk about filet every day, we came up with the phrase filet every day, is that now you can incorporate filet mignon in everyday recipes. You can have it on a Tuesday night. It doesn't have to be your anniversary or your birthday or the day you got promoted or something like that. Now it could be any day. Just make every one of your favorite recipes better by making it with filet mignon. So as far as the packaging goes, we package these 1-pound packages for a reason, because a lot of your favorite recipes out there are going to be calling for a pound of ground beef,
a pound of
ground chicken, or a pound of this in your stew, whether it's your chili or your stir fry. So we conveniently package these fully cleaned pieces right here. Now, this comes off the beef tenderloin, which starts off thick and it kind of tapers down into a point. Most of that filet mignon or that beef tenderloin, we're getting top dollar for, because we're getting the big, beautiful medallions that we're selling to the restaurants and here at QVC. But same flavor, same tenderness, same quality, same everything as those larger steaks, just in these kind of
the smaller bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, they're about ½ ounce to 1.5 ounces. So they are going to vary in size depending on what you're going to do. But you can do so many different things from even, I mean, we've got like 6 different things up here, from the steak sandwich to just a traditional one over potatoes.
Oh, you know what? I gotta say, I've noticed this. If you've gone to your local food store, have you seen the squash noodles?
Yeah.
They are everywhere.
It's a spiralized vegetable, right?
I'm seeing them everywhere, and I just think that's really great. If you don't know what to serve that with, this is perfect right here. Some mashed potatoes, the squash noodles, and of course, you know, there's a little bit of chopped tomato on the top of that one.
Steak and eggs.
Love that. I mean, because you know what? When I eat steak and eggs in the morning, I love protein in the morning as opposed to having, you know, cereals. I'm more of the eggs girl in the morning. I don't want to eat an enormous steak in the morning, you know, so I would probably thaw some of this out the night before, knowing I'm going to be making it for dinner that night, and just take a couple pieces out.
Yeah,
for
have
my
a couple.
breakfast.
And that's the great thing too. This stretches so far. And now, just real quick, in fact, you can help me out.
Oh, great.
Hold that for me. We talk about quick, and we talk about convenient, and we talk about quality and great items and great ideas. Now we've got a stir fry here. I happen to have the finished example over there, but we've got one here. Literally, we started this 4 minutes ago. Okay.
When we just started talking,
right,
essentially a couple minutes ago.
All I did, I put a little teriyaki sauce on top of the filet, just let it marinate for like maybe 8 or 10 minutes. That was it, just to give it a little more flavoring. Put some fresh vegetables. You can certainly use store-bought ones.
That looks great.
We had some rice, and you're talking about a beautiful stir fry made from filet mignon in minutes, faster than you can pick up your phone, call their favorite takeout restaurant, or have it delivered to your house. You know what you put in here. You put filet mignon. You control everything else that you put in there, which is really important when you're eating and when you're feeding your family. You want to be able to know what you're eating, and you're eating something awesome here and something incredible that you made in your house, and it's so easy.
And I have to tell you, I love the shade of broccoli when it's been cooked for just 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's
just a couple of minutes. My son's favorite vegetable, which is odd that it's broccoli, but he loves it.
And look, we talked about the chili here.
Yeah,
the great
so
thing about
how does that work?
Usually chili or stews or things like that, you're either going to use ground beef, or you're going to use a very, I've got forks right there.
There it is, it's tiny.
Or a very cheap piece of meat, and the reason being is because you're going to cook it for a real long time, and it's going to break down. This, I like to actually use a little bit of ground beef just to kind of flavor up my beans and my tomatoes and make kind of like a light chili with light beef. I saute up our filet tips, put them into the chili later, and I like them kind of medium rare, and add the bigger pieces, and it's killer. It's so good. It's a different level of chili than you've ever tried before.
Oh my gosh.
Just because of the addition of that great filet mignon.
So that's what I got to tell you, is that wherever you're putting this in your recipes, it's so buttery and it is so tender. You would never imagine that the smaller pieces like this would cook up and still be tender. But that actually brings me to my next question. which is cook time for this, because filet mignon very naturally has little fat.
Very little fat.
So you're really not supposed to eat it well done. You're supposed to help maintain the moisture.
Yeah, that goes with anything. We've all had dry chicken. Well, chicken is very low in fat because we all tend to overcook our chicken. It's the same idea. You want to try to do this a little bit higher heat for a shorter period of time. This isn't kind of the slow and low kind of stuff. The fattier cuts of beef are the things you want to do for that. Quick saute with some of our steak and prime rib seasoning, which we're going to give for you with that. Literally in about 2 minutes on your skillet, you're done, whether you're making your steak and eggs or just sauteing this up some potatoes. And again,
Do you have 2 minutes for dinner? If you have 2 minutes for dinner, you have time to make this.
You can. And George Foreman grill, you're talking, since it cooks both sides, literally a couple minutes on that. And I was going to get to the point too when I was dishing out the stir fry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A
Yes.
1 pound package. I can probably get 6 stir fries out of a 1 pound package, just because by the time you add in a fair amount, about 3 ounces of the beef, and then you're going to add all the vegetables and the rice and everything. So 1 pound of this stretches much further than a pound of ground beef, because you're going to wind up with half your ground beef going down your drain or in your trash with that grease. These are super lean. You're not going to have a lot of leftover in your pan. No picking through anything, and you're done. I love these two. Hey, tailgate season's here, and you love to put them on your grill.
Kebabs are always in style. Kebabs are always fashionable, I have to say.
They are, and you can do. There's something that look. I'm a caterer too, and we're always thinking about how to prepare things in advance that will not jeopardize the quality of anything. And the kebabs are a great way to do that too. I mean, you can pre-make them. They don't lose any quality.
Right.
Get them onto the grill, and you don't have to worry about these smaller pieces kind of falling through your grill grates either.
And you know what? I do have to mention too that this is available on auto delivery. So I remember there was a time where, like, every time we had the filet tips on the air, they would disappear.
Yeah.
This happened on a regular basis
For years.
for a really long period of time. So we actually have the added benefit of putting this on auto delivery. So what that means is every 90 days, if you want to bring this home, you can bring it home, and also your price is locked in, your easy pay is locked in, which is expiring at the end of the day, and you have the chance to enjoy this as many times as you can get those servings out of it once you get it at home. And that's what it's all about to me is, being a busy mom myself, and even if you're not a mom at home, we're all busy for a variety of different reasons. And we fall off the wagon and we go to like fast food and we get stuff out when we feel like we don't have the time. If you're short on time, this is going to come to the rescue for you.
They do. They thaw out really quickly. And even if you get them thawed out enough to where you can just kind of break them all apart, that's totally fine. Even if they're partially frozen, no worries right there.
Because these, the size, they cook up so quickly.
Right, but I mean, literally, take a look at all of this. From the steak sandwich, literally minutes. I mean, each one of these is kind of the minute meal, now that I'm thinking about it. The stir fry is probably 5 or 6 minutes by the time you get your vegetables done, and maybe some rice, maybe 10 minutes, okay? Your shish kebabs, you're building them. By the time your grill's hot, you put them on there. You put, again, a little bit of that steak and prime rib seasoning on it.
Love it.
And we give you everything, even the gourmet guide right here, which is the grilling guide. We're going to give you different recipes and cooking tips for you. But even if you like these on the well-done side, you're still only looking at 3 or 4 minutes.
And you know what? Kansas City Steak Company has been on air here at QVC since 1995. They've been in the industry since the 1930s. If you want to bring this home, think about that 4-ounce portion at that restaurant. If you get 2 of those, it's about the same price as what you're getting here for 6 full pounds of filet mignon. So, Greg Shockley, thank you so much. As always, nice to see you.
Thanks, guys.
And now that we've had our main dish, we're going to talk about dessert. But now that we've had our one day only